Overheads, little something different on the overheads here. I don't always do this, but based off of John's setup, I decided to do this. It's kind of I've got a left, center, and a right, and they're kind of set up in a triangle position. And one of the main reasons I do this, even if I'm not using the center mic, like if he didn't have a crash here, if he had two crashes, one was there, one was here, probably wouldn't have done the center mic. But a lot of the time I will offset. You know, if you were looking at the drum kit from above, you'd see these kind of forming a triangle, and I would offset them to be more at this angle as opposed to this angle. Okay. And the reason I do that is, and again, sometimes it's an issue, sometimes it's not. A lot of the tracks I get sent, to mix, it wasn't done this way. Can you still make it work? Absolutely. But if I have, you know, it's something that I have to make up for in the mix. So what I do is, what I'm talking about is getting the center spectrum of where the drums are in the panning spectrum, where they are in the overheads. So when I'm mixing a song, kick and snare, usually in the center of the mix. So when I turn my overheads up, if I would have had an overhead, let's say an XY pair here, or if I would have put overheads here, snare's gonna be very loud in the left side. Right. And that's, again, sometimes an issue, sometimes not an issue. I'm not saying I mean, so many great engineers and great albums, that's how the overheads work, totally works. I just find this to give me a little bit better of a stereo, places things in the stereo field a little bit better. And you do a creative bussing in the board and like Pro Tools for these, or do you just run LCR? I bus them down to left and right. Oh, okay. So that way if they get sent out to some other mixer, he's not like, what the hell is this? Yeah, and I just mix them into where they're balanced. So the center mic's usually pulled back a little bit. Okay. So in this scenario, I get the left-right balance to where everything's there, and then I just mix in the center channel to where it fills it out, centers the snare even more for me, and in this case gets this cymbal. Because the problem is we've got a crash up here. When we're in the middle of a song, a very dense mix, crash, crash. If that wasn't there, you wouldn't hear that second crash. Right. If the crash was only here, I probably wouldn't have used the middle mic. But the most important thing for me is getting the snare in the center of where these mics are.